come out with a rapper, the first rapper to come out with his own video game, they're gonna say it's counterfeit and it's this and that. They're gonna try to shit on me.
Hello, people out there. This is Adam22, and there's really only one thing going on in hip-hop right now in the whole damn landscape, and that's Soulja Boy. I did an interview with Soulja Boy nearly 2 months ago, and it turns out that I picked a pretty bad time to do it because just yesterday he went on The Breakfast Club and he proceeded to wild out. And before that, he was actually wilding the hell out on his Instagram Live. And then after he did The Breakfast Club, he proceeded to wild the fuck out on Instagram Live some more. And he went crazy on Famous Dex. I figure today, let's do a comprehensive review of everything Soulja Boy that has come out over the past few days with my commentary. Are you guys ready? If so, drop a like, drop a comment. This is going to be a fun-ass video. And also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Blah.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Let me look at your nostrils. Let me look up and make
What's in his nostrils?
no coke remnants. So, yeah, just the weed smell.
Yes, sir.
Why you think Soulja Boy use coke?
I don't think. That's what the internet say. Where those rumors start?
Those rumors started with a video from Cat Stacks. I was in Atlanta and I had some Tylenol pills on the table, and she crushed the Tylenol pills up, and she made a video on her cell phone and said I was doing cocaine.
I remember that now.
Yeah, and it leaked on the internet, and you know, it started the rumor, but I never did cocaine in my life.
All right, so first things first that we got to get covered here. Soulja Boy is saying that he has, in fact, never done cocaine. Now, for those of you out there who might remember, there was an old video of Kat Stacks where she was showing herself actually going through all the stuff in his house, and she actually pulled out a bag of cocaine, and that has always been the primary piece of evidence that people, myself included, have used to say that Soulja Boy was doing blow. Now, I have no idea if he's telling the truth or not, but he seems pretty confident. I mean, Famous Dex, later on, you'll see in the Instagram Live, he was screaming at Soulja Boy saying that Soulja Boy was a cokehead, but Soulja Boy starts things off by just saying, no, it's not true. And also, like, everybody's seen the viral ass clips of Soulja Boy tweaking the fuck out and, like, screaming the Drake shit from this interview, but let the record show that Soulja Boy is starting this interview off pretty rationally.
So you say you had the biggest comeback so far.
I did.
Bigger than Tyga.
Yeah.
So break that down for us. What makes you say that?
The proof is in the pudding. Look at me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, actually, Soulja, the thing is that the proof really is in the pudding. If you take a look at these screenshots that Tyga posted up, you can see that there's a pretty stark difference in terms of total numbers this year between Soulja Boy and Tyga. And really, if you think about it, this shouldn't surprise anybody. Tyga had some big hits this year. Soulja Boy made some good songs and everything, but it's not like he had some breakout hit this year. So the proof really is in the pudding, but not in your favor.
I was gonna say, when you say comeback, you got to say comeback from what? Because you were introduced as a musical artist, so a comeback would be another monster hit in 2018. That's why they say Tyga had the biggest comeback, because he came back with a big record.
okay, Tyga had a record, but what else did he have? Like,
It was
okay,
a number one record.
okay, who in the industry hasn't had a number one record?
A lot of people.
There's a lot of people who haven't had a number one
Who
record.
hasn't had it? I have plenty number ones.
Okay, a quick fact check on this. I just did a quick search, and it appears that Soulja Boy has had exactly one number one record. Now, I suppose he could be talking about a lot of different types of number ones. There's different charts. He could have had maybe a number one on like the urban charts or on some other list or anything. But in terms of Billboard number one hits, it's all Crank That. So let's just throw that out there.
I started this, bro. Why y'all think y'all got this camera? Charlamagne, why you think y'all got all these cameras in here right now? Why you think you got that camera right there looking at me right now?
Okay, fact check time. I just did a quick Google search, and it would appear that John Logie Baird might have been the person who invented the video camera. When he asked Charlamagne, why you think you got all these video cameras in here, you could tell Charlamagne is just racking his brain. Like, are you really saying you invented the video camera?
I'm the reason y'all doing this. I'm the reason why all these artists have social media. Y'all should thank me. Every artist in the game, all y'all record labels, y'all owe me 5%, bro.
Big Draco! Big Draco!
Y'all all owe me a percentage, bro. I don't care, yo.
Okay, see, Soulja Boy is right that, yeah, maybe he was the first rapper to have a huge social media presence, and maybe he was the first one to do a variety of things, but, you know, I've learned throughout my career that you definitely don't get credit for being the first to do a lot of stuff. Like, when I look back at my career in the BMX blogging game, I really felt like I, in a lot of ways, took all the heat for introducing BMX to the internet, in the same way that Soulja Boy is saying that he took heat for being the first young, flashy, like internet-based rapper. But the thing is that over time, me in the BMX world, where I felt like I basically was the first person to do all the stuff that then became normal in terms of presenting BMX on the internet, I feel like I never really got credit for all those things becoming completely normalized and everybody starting to do those things, because once things become completely normal, nobody gives a fuck. And Soulja Boy is kind of in that position in the sense that, yeah, he was the first one to do a lot of these things, but once those things become completely normal, nobody talks about the fact that you were the first one to do it, and nobody wants to acknowledge it. Nobody gives a shit. But he is right, although it does kind of make you wonder, like, is this a good hill to die on? Is this that important? But I mean, he's captured the imagination of a lot of people because a lot of people are watching this damn interview, so I guess.
Chris Brown, boom. I seen a picture of Karuchi, and I liked the picture.
He double tapped his, and that wasn't his girlfriend anymore, right? That was his ex-girlfriend at the time.
At the time, I'm presuming, they was broke up, and I liked the picture, and, I got a call from Chris Brown on FaceTime, and he just was just going off on me like, yo, what the fuck, nigga? You better stop liking her pictures. And I'm just like, bro, I didn't know that y'all was still together. I'm sorry, my bad.
But isn't that against God code if that's his ex anyway?
This thing never really made sense to me. Like, in my entire time being with my girlfriend, I don't think there's ever been a time that I got upset about anybody liking her photos, like, ever. Who the fuck can pay attention to that when you're talking about someone who gets millions of likes on their photos? And especially you're talking about Soulja Boy and Chris Brown, who also get millions of likes on their photos. They can't keep up on who's following them. They can't keep up on any of that shit. And still somehow this was the factor that created this huge beef. Like, anybody could be liking my girlfriend's photos and I would have no idea. And it's kind of amazing to me that Chris Brown actually found it in his heart to make something out of this.
Basically what happened, he called my phone and he said he wanted to fight.
Fight you through the phone.
I said, okay, cool. He said, I'm going to call Adrian Brown and set the fight up. I said, okay, cool, CB. Set it up, my nigga. I guess he thought I was going to say, like, no, bro. Or something. I was like, yeah, whatever, my nigga. We can fight. I don't get no fuck. Boom. And AB called. He was like, yo, let's do the fight. And he was trying to give me like $1 million. And I was like, bro, that's too, bro, I'm not finna fight Chris Brown for no $1 million. That's too cheap, bro. Who you think I'm is, nigga? I'm Soulja Boy, nigga. You think this
Soulja Boy?
You think
Tell him.
You think this the alley-oop? So boom, I called Floyd. I was like, yo, this nigga CB want to fight me. You gonna set it up for me? Floyd was like, I give you like $7 million. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, cool, that sounded about right. So we set the fight up. I signed the paperwork, and then Chris Brown backed out. He ain't signed the paperwork. That's the end of it.
So it was Chris that backed out?
Yeah, bro. You could Google it. TMZ and all that shit. He ain't signed the paper. My contract signed. Call WAC 100. He got the contract right now, and his file's still to this day.
All right, we got to be fair here. When it comes to the whole boxing situation and the way he laid it out, I mean, WAC 100 did confirm that Soulja Boy did sign the contract to fight Chris Brown. So at the end of the day, I mean, you got to give it to him. He wanted the smoke. He wanted the fight, even though pretty much anybody who was putting money on this, I think, would have assumed that Chris Brown would get the best of Soulja Boy based on the fact that he is this like incredibly talented like athlete, dancer, whatever. And Soulja Boy, we really have no reason to think that Soulja Boy would necessarily have any kind of physical skill set. He's never really like put himself out there in that way. So, I mean, you got to give him respect. He wanted to do the fight. The fight never happened. I don't think a lot of people were really paying attention by the time it didn't happen. But keep in mind, that was huge, huge news for a while.
You announced you had a $400 million deal with the World Poker Fund.
That was facts, nigga. What is what?
You said it was an $80 million a year contract for 5 years for in-flight
Facts,
gaming.
Nigga, Google it. I still got the contract right now. What is you talking about?
Well, the company said it turned out that it was just shares that were valued at $2.5 million.
Same thing. Well, millions is millions, baby.
No, Soulja. Millions is not millions. You can't say 400 million and the stock is only 2.5. That's a big difference.
Millions is millions, my baby.
Oh, man, that moment when Soulja Boy finally fucking cracks a smile and finally has to admit that he's been capping a little bit. I mean, he just trolls so hard, and the line of what's true and what's not true becomes so blurry that there's just no distinction, and it's just absolutely incredible. And you gotta really respect Charlamagne. See, this is why he's a more courageous interviewer than myself, because I never would have felt comfortable just straight up calling Soulja Boy out and saying, oh, here's a list of lies, blah, blah, blah. But it's dope because, you know, he knew he was ready for that situation. But, I mean, you got to give Charlamagne the credit. This is why he's considered one of the best interviewers in rap, is because he's not scared to just ask people about shit.
All right, what about when you posted a sonogram and announced you was going to be a father?
I got finessed. Bitch finessed me,
You thought
bro.
you were going to be a father.
I thought I was going to be a father. Bitch sent me a fake baby picture, try to get some money out of me for abortion. It wasn't. It was fake. Thank God I posted that because the internet told me it was fake. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I posted it. I was like, nigga, this is fake.
So you were excited. You thought you were gonna be a dad.
I'm calling a bitch. I'm like, bitch, the internet said this shit.
But wait, hold on. Now back up. How did you think you were gonna be a dad when she was asking for money for an abortion?
I fucked the bitch.
So you're telling me that Soulja Boy believed that this girl went out and got a sonogram just so that she could then abort the child after getting a good look at him. I think most commonly in these situations, the woman gets the abortion before she ever bothers to go get the sonogram, because you've seen the sonogram. That shit is cute as hell. It's like, once you've seen it, you probably don't want to get rid of it, right? We need to call Ben Shapiro in on this one.
I got my new video game, you know what I'm saying?
They say that shit counterfeit as fuck too now.
They always hate on the black entrepreneur. They'll give props to the Asians at Nintendo, the white people at Xbox, white people at PlayStation, but a black entrepreneur to come out with a rapper, the first rapper to come out with his own video game, they're gonna say it's counterfeit and it's this and that. They're gonna try to shit on me.
Okay, but it is counterfeit though, or at least it's like not totally on the up and up. Like, are they gonna ask him about the Nintendo cease and desist and stuff? Because Soulja Boy is very quick to use the fact that he's young, he's black, he's successful, he's a rapper. But let's be real. If anyone else in any other walk of life were to try the same shit with the video game system that he's been trying, they would be probably destroyed in the public eye worse than whatever he's got. I mean, because he's a rapper and because he's Soulja Boy, tell him, I feel like people have been at least sort of understanding about the fact that this whole video game thing seems like it was basically a scam. If anything, I feel like he kind of got off lucky from a PR standpoint just because this whole thing seems so funny. If I put out that video game system, do you know what the coverage would be like in the news? I mean, not as big because I'm not Soulja Boy, but I'm pretty sure that I would have been treated like a scam artist because I effectively would be.
But they said that you removed the console because of threats of criminal charges for breaking the trademark.
They said a lot of shit.
So that ain't true.
What really happened was we got sold out in Charlotte.
So why did you remove the console off the...
do you know what sold out means?
Yeah, but it would usually still have the console and say sold out. Like you took it off altogether.
Because I want the re-release version 2, which if you will go to soldierwatch.com right now, you will see that one up there.
Okay, well, I actually went to soldierwatch.com and oops, something went wrong. What happened? This shop is unavailable. What can I do? Press the back button on your browser. Yep. I don't know. Maybe it's just down because there was so much traffic because of this interview. I guess that would be the most optimistic reading of this, but I don't know, Soulja. This doesn't look good.
Do you know how much it costs to make an iPhone in China?
How much?
Like $20?
Thank you. And they sell it for how much over here?
Too much?
1,000.
How much?
800,
Too
7,
much.
8,
How much?
1,000.
How much?
Yeah, 900.
How much is that in profit? Like $980?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who really is the bad guy, me or Apple? Thank you.
So how much is that profit? $980? Thank you. The fact that Soulja Boy is able to get up here on a national stage and just totally bullshit and just dodge bullets, and that Charlamagne and them, they don't really seem capable or prepared to like fully explain why what he's saying doesn't actually make any sense. And in that is the beautiful part. It's like Soulja Boy's never going to sit down with like an actual tech journalist who's actually going to press him about the details of this. He has a pretty captivated audience and he's just completely bullshitting, but it worked. This man is Teflon.
Yeah,
From the hood. Who said Big Soulja ain't from the hood, man? Now, that's my hood for real, you know what I'm saying? So that's just my hood. It was just another day, and you know.
That's Compton though.
Yeah.
You're not from Compton?
I am from Bumpton.
You from Compton?
Yeah, I'm from Bumpton, yeah.
I thought you from Mississippi somewhere.
Nah, I'm from Bumpton. I'm from California, Bumpton, yeah.
How?
What you mean how? Where you from, South Carolina?
Yeah.
How you from there?
I was born and raised there.
Okay, believe that.
You was born in Compton?
Nah, I was born in Chicago.
I'm so confused.
You guys ever hear about the reality distortion field? It's something that I've heard said about Steve Jobs, that basically he was so good at putting together an argument and sort of spinning the facts in any which way that it was like anyone who was around him, they would sort of enter into this proverbial field where, you know, everybody would just sort of be misled into believing everything that Steve Jobs was telling them. It seems like Soulja Boy has something sort of similar going on here because he just sort of seamlessly goes between being from Compton, which everybody knows is not true, to all of a sudden, whoosh, he's from Chicago. And Charlamagne doesn't even have enough time to follow up on this bizarre set of assertions.
I'm not holding my tongue no more, bro. You know what I'm saying? Kanye, call me, bro. Get in tune with me, because if not, I'm gonna keep checking you, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real. Trump, you need to stop supporting Trump, bro. That's cap, bro. That's not right, bro. My folks went through too much shit for you to be out here doing this goofy shit. My granddaddy been through too much. My grandmama and my great-granddaddy, and they from Mississippi. and we went through slavery and shit, bruh. So you can't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put on for the black community, bruh. The shit not right. You too famous. Your voice too big. Don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? We need Barack Obama back in office again, bro. I know he did 8 years. We need another 4 years because this shit that Trump doing ain't right, bro.
Okay, so this interview is pretty much the equivalent of like reading the Bible in one full sitting. He's basically talking about why he doesn't like Kanye, and then all of a sudden he's insisting that we need to add an additional term limit to the presidency so that we can bring Barack Obama back. I don't know that that's going to happen, and it was really interesting to see how Charlamagne and them sort of coaxed Soulja Boy into like re-entering this character of his. Like, he was acting pretty normal for like a few minutes or 10, 15, 20 minutes before this line of questioning, and then all of a sudden they hit him with it and he's like, are you sure you really want me to do this again? And then he just goes into his whole meme-worthy performance. I mean, really, when you look at it, this video has 5 million views, and Tekashi 6ix9ine's biggest interview with The Breakfast Club has 16 million views, which makes it the biggest interview that they've ever done in terms of sheer views. I mean, that's pretty incredible that Soulja Boy, at this point in his career, like 6ix9ine, say what you will about him, but he did that interview fresh out the gate, like hottest new kid in the game. Soulja Boy has been around for like 10 years, and he's still sitting here, and he's still running this interview. He's like doing whatever the fuck he wants to do during this interview, and he's doing a ridiculous number of views. He went about as viral as you could imagine anybody going in this day and age.
The only thing you did was come up with some pair of tennis shoes, and them shit's ugly, and they cost too much, bruh.
You never had a pair of Yeezys?
Yes, but the good pair of looking ones.
Yeah, there is a pretty good reason why Soulja Boy doesn't care for Yeezys. As you can see here, he's one of the few people who's been on both the Yeezy bust to Instagram and the fake watch bust to Instagram. He explained the fake watch thing earlier in this interview. They come with the fake Yeezys too at one point. I don't know. Maybe these left a bad taste in his mouth, and that's why he doesn't care for the brand now. Or maybe he has had legitimate pairs as well. I don't know.
So what did you think about 6ix9ine and all the trolling he was doing and where it got him? What did you think about that?
I don't think nothing about it, bro. 6ix9ine isn't nothing but a Soulja Boy child. He got all that shit from me. When I was beefing with Chris Brown and Migos and Shia LaBeouf and everybody in the industry, 6ix9ine came out and just did the same thing I did.
Well, yeah, one thing is for sure is that Soulja Boy and 6ix9ine are definitely cut from the same cloth. There's just a very similar thread that is sort of intertwined between this interview and the 6ix9ine interviews that he's done on The Breakfast Club. And really, anybody who's getting into doing interviews could take notes on how to run an interview, because he's absolutely bodying the game on this.
You know, but that's the route we thought you was headed for a
No,
while.
I'm smarter than that, bro.
Because you was doing the same type of dumb shit.
I know, Charlotte. Yeah, go ahead. Kick it to me.
Honestly, this is the best way that I can imagine responding when somebody begins criticizing you. Just sit back. Okay, kick it to me. Hit me with it. Soulja Boy is a goddamn genius, and apparently one who's very, very good at taking constructive criticism.
Why you got a Rich Gang tattoo? I forgot about that wave. When was that?
I'm Rich Gang. That was Living the Lifestyle 2014. Thug, me, Young Thug, and Rich Homie Quan. We had a group, yeah.
I remember Rich Gang. I remember Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug, and that was Rich Gang, and Birdman was in charge of it and everything. I just searched Soulja Boy Rich Gang on YouTube, and the first thing that comes up is a file with 5,200 views, Soulja Boy, and it's a song called Rich Gang featuring Gutta Gutta. I don't really see anything that looks like Soulja Boy was actually a member of Rich Gang. So we're gonna need some more clarification on what exactly he meant there. Just for bookkeeping purposes, as a true Rich Gang fan, I'm not really sure what to do with this information.
Drake, the biggest rapper in the world.
These niggas, yeah, Drake? Drake? The nigga that got bodied by Pusha T? The nigga that hiding his kid from the world, but his world wanna hide from the kid? Aubrey Graham in a wheelchair? Drake?
Yes!
Y'all niggas better stop playing with me in here. Y'all talking about the light-skinned nigga from DeGeneres?
He just said the light-skinned dude from DeGeneres. He somehow mixed up Degrassi and the last name of Ellen DeGeneres. Like the little thing that he keeps doing where he just goes, Drake, Drake. He just like effortlessly created this crazy fucking meme where you can just say anything, any word, but if you say it like that, then it just works.
You got your nickname from Drake, though.
Oh, what? Draco?
Draco.
No, nigga. My first name is Dre. My middle name is Cortez. The first name of my name is Dre. The first two letters is C-O. Draco.
Ooh.
You got to remember that at the time that Soulja Boy came up with the Young Draco name, everybody in the game was kind of looking at him like, oh, like you're sort of dick riding, because everybody was talking about Dracos at the time. Everybody had lines about Dracos, which for the record is a large machine gun. he breaks it down real simple there. No, this is why I have ownership over the Draco name. Y'all can't do nothing about it. And as you can see, Charlamagne is like absolutely giddy with that explanation for obvious reasons.
Fuego. My new mixtape Fuego is out right now.
It's out right now?
Yo, the funniest thing just happened. I signed a single deal with E1, right?
Why?
For my new song, Hear My Line. Cause for niggas like you, musically Meek Mill have to come back and nigga.
I mean, Soulja Boy, for all the trolling he does in this interview, there's moments where the window opens up a crack and you get to see the truth shining through, which is that he knows that he didn't really make a dent musically this year, and he knows that he needs to get with a label if he really wants to have a chance of, coming out and making noise. And just the way that he says it to Charlamagne here is just so perfect. It's like he's fully like making fun of Charlamagne, laughing at Charlamagne's face for not picking up on the trolling that he's been doing this entire interview. Like, he's completely contradicting a lot of the statements that he made leading up to this by just saying, no.
Yo, YouTube Soulja Boy, Hear My Line. Yo, go look at the last mixtape on my mixtape, Soulja Boy Fuego. I got Lil Mosey on there. He doing 70 million views in a month. Y'all heard of Lil Mosey? The 16-year-old kid? Exactly.
For the record, if you look up Hit My Line, which is Soulja Boy's most relevant song of the year, it hasn't even cracked 1 million views. It's got 708,000 right now. And it is a decent song. But I mean, if you're Soulja Boy, tell him, or if you're a rapper in general, if you haven't hit 1 million views on your video, then that video is not doing that well. So let's just call a spade a spade. 0% surprised that they didn't know about Lil Mosey. Keep in mind that they didn't know about Lil Skies or Tay-K. Don't be surprised that they didn't know about Lil Mosey. They should, but they don't. Okay, so that was a fun little dip into exactly what Soulja Boy Tell Him is all about. This has been another daily video with Adam22. Shout out to my editor, Philosophy. Follow on Instagram, Twitter. Please drop a comment down below. Smash the like button. Soulja Boy Tell Him, great guy. Just had to do a little analysis of one of the most viral interviews in recent memory. Shout out to the whole SODMG on some shit. No jumper. Forever. Peace.